me get my phone sorted so I can read any messages. Thought I'd come on a few minutes early. Okay, let's get that up. Hi, Laurie. Let's turn my volume down, then we won't get any feedback. Okay. How's everyone doing this morning? Hello, Charlotte. Where are you based, Charlotte? I've been preparing some bits that I'm working on. I've got four things I'm working on at the moment. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? Have you had your op? So I've got a few bits I'm working on. I'm in the postcard swap that I'm in, which half of them have fell down off the wall, as you can see. Sometime Monday. Oh, that's good, Deborah. And this month is inches and twinches, which are 1 inch and 2 inch squares. But I thought it had to be on a postcard, so I had already done one earlier in the year on a postcard, but it's actually supposed to be on a 6 inch square card. So I've cut me inches and twinches pieces ready to start to sew on. So that's one bit of slow stitching that I need to do. Then I've got my last piece for me block swap, which I'm working on. This is the last one. Then I will have done 20. This is 27. So I'll have done 27. I was going to stop at 25, and then a couple of other people messaged me and asked if I'd swap with them. Then the other thing I'm doing is the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, which is called Treasures this time. And so I've started doing, I want to make a box. So I've started, this is the back of the house that I'm doing. So I'm making them into a house. I've still got some stitching to do on that. And then the other thing is that I'm working on is Annie Claxton from Arty Farty Annie has made some whatnots. She calls them whatnots, and they're a heart pincushion made using scraps, which she's got a special metal needle threader, which she's put on them, and a few other bits. And I thought, oh, that'd be good, but I didn't really want to do a heart, so I thought I'd do a house with some straps. So that's the front of the house, and this will be the back of the house, and I'm just going to slow stitch over them, and then once they're stitched together I shall stuff them. Where the chimney is, I'm going to add a loop, because on the loop she adds some of these like little cards to wrap your cotton on. So it's a pin cushion basically, but she's got a needle threader and these little cards, and she's got some little tiny scissors that she's attached to it as well. So I thought that'd be quite good. So they're all the things I'm working on at the moment. I found my pattern for me house on Pinterest. So have you had all the tests done for you for going in and having your op on Monday then, Deborah? I'm assuming you will have now. So you should find out sometime today. What I'm guessing you'll find out what time on Monday is your op. So that'll be good for you. You'll be pleased when that's done and out of the way, won't you? So we were away last. That's really cute, Sylvia. What's the house? The pincushion house. I think it'll look quite good when it's done. And I'm thinking if I slow stitch around some of these flowers, give it a bit of texture. And I've just stuck some felt on the back to give it a bit of padding before, and obviously it'll be stuffed as it's going to be a pincushion. So that's working. I'm going to work on that. Finally jumped through all the hoops. Good. I'm glad about that, Deborah. Yeah. So I'm going to work on finishing this one, I think. Get that done. And then that's my last one of them that I can put that project away and it's done. The only reason I'm putting all these extra bits of fabric on is because when I ink tensed and put me aloe vera on, it's melted out, weaked out, so on quite a few places, so I'm covering it with some of these fabrics around the edge to disguise it a bit. So I should just put some stitches in all them and fix them down. So that's the only bits that I'm sewing. So I shall sit and sew while we chat. I know Melissa ran through all the numbers yesterday, which was good. And I want to thank my moderators who are, well, Sherlock's here, but I know Lynn's at the Festival of Quilts again today. She was there yesterday, and she's there again today because she stopped over last night down in Birmingham. So we were going. Well, I was thinking about going, but after we were away last week, my feet and ankles were swollen so much. I don't think I could walk that far around a big show, and it is a massive big show. I know a few people have put some pictures of the quilts that are there up on Facebook, but there's also some controversy you finished up quilting Stephanie Stitch's quilt kit. Oh, lovely. I bet that's nice, Laurie. Yeah, so there's been some comments on Facebook about the fact that some of these people have got firsts and seconds in some of the quilts, but they're from kits and they haven't actually given the person whose pattern it was credit. But I mean, the judges must know their kits, because there's, I've seen 2 or 3 that were on show. There's one of a girl with a pearl earring I've seen that they posted, and I know that's a kit because I've seen the kit. There's one of a fox and a rabbit, and again I know that's a kit. I'm sure that's a legit kit, that one. So I know there's quite a few that are kits, but if they're not giving the people credit for whose kits they are when they're putting these quilts in, then it, don't think that's fair. Finished a pouch to put your ice pack in for when I get home on Tuesday, and crocheting some pumpkins. Oh, Deborah, pumpkins. How big are they? Are they very big, or just doing some small ones? I saw a great crocheting pattern. I'm not into crocheting anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. But I saw a great crocheting pattern, and it was a turtle tortoise, and inside, under its shell, you pulled out all these little tiny tortoises with numbers on the bottom it's like a pairs game, and you match up the numbers, which I thought was really, really good. I thought you had to add the kit creators as well, Laurie, when you show them. But obviously, this is what some of the people are saying on Facebook, that people haven't given them the credit. Oh, you can adjust the pumpkins to the size you want. That's good, Deborah. Yeah. So I'm going to get some cotton, and I'm going to thread up my needle, and I've had a few more of me swaps come in, but I'm going to put them as a video in themselves. I'm going to do a whole video on all the ones I've received so far. I've still only received, I think it's about 15 of the 25. I've posted some more out today, and I think I've got 4 or 5 more to post, and then I've done. So yeah, it's we had a nice time away with the daughter and granddaughter though, which was nice. The only time the granddaughter got upset because one of the activities she booked onto was called jump, and they start off, and they have to go up to this. Well, the first level they go up, it's about, I don't know, probably about 4 foot up, 4 or 5 foot up, and they jump off and they land into like a great big massive blow up thing, but you have to land with your feet out in front of you or onto your back. Well, she couldn't manage. Well, she managed it on the last jump, but then they move up to one that's about 8 or 9 foot high, and they wouldn't let her move up onto it because she hadn't mastered the landing. So she got a bit upset over that. But she did so many activities on the few days that we were there. It was amazing. She had a really good time. And what's everybody else been up to? Well, when I was away last week, what were everybody else up to? I know Melissa had some trolls in her live, which the wonderful moderators managed to catch really well, and got them under control, which was brilliant. This is why we love our mods. So I just check me bots working and got a few. Let's make sure it's working. Try Collins first. Yep, there you go. Bots working. Yeah, you were busy that night, Laurie. I watched it on replay, but because you were all so quick at catching them, when you go to replay, you can't see what was going on. Wanting to get away in November or December for a bit. I haven't done any trips except family reunion. Yeah, we went away for a couple of days last April for my husband's 70th birthday, and we haven't been away since, other than this few days that we just went with daughter. So yeah, it was nice to get away, but I mean, I'd love to go away for longer. The site we stayed in was beautiful. It was really good, and it had lots of activities for the kids. The only problem was you had to pay for all these extra activities, which was fine. I didn't mind doing that. I spoke to Melissa first thing this morning, but I think she must have fell back to sleep. I'm glad she's feeling better from after the COVID. But yeah, I went to the doctor on Monday, and he told me to keep my feet up as much as I could. Rest, keep them elevated. Well, they're not elevated at this precise moment, but as soon as I've done, they'll be back elevated again. So yeah, so at the moment I'm just stitching just some running stitches in a white cotton, just to hold these pieces down. I suppose really I should have done them in the same colours as the what I'm using as the background pieces, really, but yeah, I had it last year, and God, it knocked me for 6. It really did, and my breathing's never been right since I had it. It certainly exacerbated my asthma and COPD. Hi, Colleen. How are you this morning? Hope you're doing okay. May you see my project? You can see my project. Just hold on 2 seconds and I will. Which project? All of them? I've got 4 on the go here. Right, so this is the one. This is my last little swap that I'm working on. I'm just sewing my background pieces down. So that's the one I'm just doing now. Yeah, putting your feet up and they have you running here, there and everywhere. I can't run here, there, I can't run anywhere. Another project I've got to get done is for part of my postcard swaps, and it's called inches and twinches. So the inches and the twinches are the 1 inch and 2 inch squares, which I've got to go onto a 6 inch square on card. Then this is part of my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and I've still got the top to finish embroidering for the back of my house. And then the other one is part of the Annie Claxton's Arty Farty Annie group. She was making whatnots, and they were hearts pin cushions, which she'd attached a needle threader to, and she'd also got a ring with some of these cards on it, on the ring with some thread wrapped round. Well, I thought I'd fancied having a go at that, because she just uses all her scraps, and she was doing a bit like a string quilt on hers, where she just string pieced the pieces over the heart shape. And I thought, why not do it in the shape of a house? So I've got my little house there, and that's the back, and I'm going to do lots of little stitchings on. The chimney is going to be where my loop is going to be for attaching me pieces, these. When I haven't got my loop and my pieces yet, and then I might leave the door partly unstitched, which means I might have to put some backing fabric on it of some sort, because I might leave it unstitched, or just stitch it, leave the top unstitched, because then I can post my little needle threader into it. So that's the plan for that. So they're all the things I'm working on. Little house. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pin cushion. I don't think it's going to be too big. I mean, it's about just under the size of my hand. I don't think it'll be too big for a pin cushion. But if it's got all the little attachments to it, and I've got, is it in here or not? See, these needle threaders aren't very great, because these bits snap, whereas the one that she got are like a solid metal, 2 different sizes on either end, with a hole in the middle so you can thread it and attach it. So I thought that might be a good idea. And then she's got, there it is, one of these. I'm thinking of adding, if I get some more of these, to it. My daughter bought me these. I've got one attached to her, if I can get in to get it out. And that's it. It's a thread cutter. Inside all these little bits is a blade. So the blade's actually encased, apart from those little bits there, the little notchy bits. And it's got a hole in, so you could actually attach it to it, which I thought would be a good idea if it was attached to, I mean, it could hang in the middle there, and it could be a round window, couldn't it? You know, stitch it on there. You've actually got your cutter on there, instead of adding a pair of scissors. So I thought that might be a good idea as well. In fact, I think that's what I might do. So yeah, I think that'll be quite a good. And it's handy then, because when if you go away, you've got your needle threader, you've got your pin cushion, you've got your thread cutter. You'll have a couple of these I'm got seen some plastic ones. I want to get some plastic ones. These are card. I want to get some plastic ones with some thread on, and you could do. I mean, you could even if your ring's big enough, you could always add more than a couple of them, and then everything's all attached, and you've got it to take with you if you go away. So I thought that was easy to keep track of, yeah, and it's all there. So I thought that'd be quite a nifty little thing to take away, and I thought I could make me sister one, because she does a lot of cross stitch, so she could use it as well. So, but I thought I'd make mine first and see how it comes out. So that's what I'm sewing at the moment. So at the moment I'm just doing me stitching all my last bits of fabric onto me toed and edge hook just to hold these down. I might actually change this colouring the threads because I'm not too happy with. I mean, the white's not too bad on that one, but I think once you try putting the white onto some of these others, I'm not sure. Might be alright on that, but we'll see. I might use the actual colour of me background. Oh, the puppy pup needs out. Bless the little thing. Yeah, so I think Melissa must have fell back to sleep because she messaged me first thing this morning, asked if I was doing a live, and I said yeah, but she's probably fell back to sleep because must have been really early for her when she messaged me. So, as I say, I know Lynn's at the Festival of Quilts on her last day there. So she was messaging you at silly o'clock, was she? Yeah. See, it wasn't silly o'clock for me. I was actually up and sat in the sitting room with my feet up, but I know it must have been early. Yeah, it is good for her, Deborah, you're right, because she has been quite rough with this COVID, so she needs as much rest as she can get, bless her. So I know it wiped me out for a couple of weeks. And then I had that hacking cough for months and months afterwards, but she seems as though her cough has gone a lot, so the older we get, the more problems we get as well. I never suffered with swollen feet and ankles until this last couple of weeks, and then flipping it. It's just been horrendous. So So other than that, I think we're all okay. We're all plodding on, and as my granddad used to say, if he gets up in the morning and his name's not in the Atches, Matches and Dispatches column of the newspaper, he knows it's all right to get out of bed. Used to make me laugh. He always used to look in the obituaries and he'd say, "It's all right, I'm not there. I can get out of bed now." My mother had his sense of humour as well, because they used to say to her in the home, they used to go, "Are you all right, Audrey?" And she'd go, "No." They say, "What do you mean? What's the matter?" She says, "Nothing's the matter." She said, "Well, we asked if you were all right." She said, "I'm not half right, I'm half left." She used to come out with all them. Bless her. She had a wicked sense of humour, my mother. She really did. Thunder. Ooh. We're actually not too bad today. It's a bit overcast and there's some black clouds out there, but it's not actually raining. Thank goodness. I have to keep getting my glasses onto the top of my head. Keep losing my cotton. You're supposed to get bad weather on Sunday. Well, you'll be in hospital on Monday, you'll be alright. Are you only going to be in for a day then, Deborah? Are you going to be home that day, or have you got to go in Sunday and be home Tuesday? Just overnight on the Monday night. Yeah. Yeah. When I had mine done, I had to be that. Well, when I had my knee replaced, they said you go in, have your op the next day or that day, and then the following day you have to get up and you have to do stairs, so many stairs, and if you can manage the stairs, you can then go home that next day. But because of my COPD, I had to have an intensive care bed for the first night, overnight, and then so I was like a day behind everybody else who went in to have the op, that same op. So I was a day behind everybody else, but I struggled with the stairs. I really struggled with the stairs. But once you'd mastered the crutches and stuff on the stairs, it was fine. The worst one was when I broke my ankle in 2019, because I'd got my knee replacement on my left knee and I broke my ankle on the right side, and the x-ray they had to do was called a stress X-ray. So you had to climb up these steps and stand, and basically stand with your weight on your the broken foot, to see how much stress it could take, because it was of the way the fracture was, it could shatter the bone. But because I'd had my knee replaced on my left side, I was stood at the bottom of these. I mean, there was only 3 steps, and I was stood at the bottom of these 3 steps, and I just couldn't get my head around how I was supposed to get up these steps. And I stood there and she said, "What's the matter?" I went, I don't know how to do this, because I couldn't put any weight on my broken ankle, and I couldn't get me left leg to go first, because I couldn't put the weight on me from my knee. And in the end, I've got 2 people, one either side, trying to wake me up. Hello, Melissa. That's all right. I thought you fell back to sleep, actually, honey, because you were so early this morning. 2017 you had yours. I had mine done. When did I have mine? 2015. I had mine done 2015. Yeah. So, hello, Deb. I miss you coming in as well, Deb Somerville. So let me just finish this bit of cotton off, and then I'll show those that have just come in what I'm working on. I've got 4 things on the go. You know me. One thing's never enough. So the first thing I'm working on is the very last of my swaps for this 4-inch square. So I'm just sewing these background pieces on. And the only reason I'm putting them on is because when I did the aloe vera, it has gone and smudged all round, so I want to cover up the smudges on it. So I've got a little hedgehog and a couple of tortoises and a froggy toad on top. So that's my very last. You got rid of the recliner. Oh, I've got a riser recliner. It's brill, so it can help me get up and out of the chair as well as laying back with my feet up. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing I'm doing. I can't put smiles in and add names, so here is a smile for everyone. So the other thing I'm working on is for my postcard swaps, which are all fell off the wall, which I still haven't done anything with. This month's called Inches and Twinches. So there's me inch and there's me twinch. But they've got to be put onto a 6-inch square of card. Hey, Patty. So that's them. Then I'm working on my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, which is upside down again. Keep putting that upside down. So as you can see, that's what it should be like before it's smudged. But then it got all smudged, so I'm adding bits. But I've still got some bits at the top that need to be stitched. So I'm working on that. And then finally, I'm working on a pin cushion, which Arty Farty Annie Claxton, is making heart-shaped pin cushions. And they're done with scraps, but they're string quilts. She's doing them like string quilts with the pieces across the hearts. And she's adding needle threaders and scissors and a ring and some of these cards for thread, but she's got plastic ones, which I'm looking at getting. But I didn't want to do a heart, so I thought I'd make a little house one. And I thought, because the needle threaders is a metal. It's not like these where it's that hook loop that breaks really easy. it's proper metal, and it's two different sizes. One either end is a different size. So I thought, right, I'd make a house, and I could leave the top of the house open, and my little needle threader can fit in there. And then I got these for my birthday. I got two of them, and I thought, this is a stitch cutter, which has got a blade inside. You can just see the blade through those clips, and I thought I could fix that there, and it can be a like round window as my thread cutter. The top bit where the chimney is where my loop is going to be, that's going to have these on, and it's going to have pins and needles and stuff on it as well, which I might actually, on the back, I could actually add it like as a little proper needle case on the back. Ooh, that's a thought. That's just come to my head. So that's what I'm. So my first thought was Grimoire. What's Grimoire? Miss Melissa, what's Grimoire? Grimoire? I don't know what Grimoire is. Give me a clue. What's Grimoire? So that's what I'm going to be working on over the next few days. All my little projects that I've got going on. But I just want to get my last one of these finished. It's a spell book that witches used. Oh, right, okay. Oh, for the house, you mean? You thought my house was a Grimoire. No, it's going to be a pincushion. Pincushion. Yeah, it has. It's got me juices going. It definitely. I keep thinking of extra bits like. See, I thought about that. This adding that thread cutter on it, and now I'm thinking adding a little pin cushion thing on a needle thing on the back. Oh yeah. My creative juices are flowing. No, the embroidery before. Oh, me Roxy's creation of this is going to be a box. This is going to be a box. This is a house, and this is the back of the house that's going to have. Once Roxy's got clues going, it's going to have some more clues added to it in the stitching. Spellbook isn't exactly the right word. It's like a journal of things that I've learnt, including drawings, plants, recipes, medicines. So yeah, it is a bit like the Roxy's journal of stitchery, which is what this is part of. But the last one they did, Roxy's journal, the volume 3, was Up the Garden Path, and I only did a couple of the bits on that because I haven't really been doing it long. But let me go and get me others. Hold on. Just need these bits. Oh, right, okay. So, did you talk amongst yourselves while I was gone? So, let me take my clips out of it. Right, so, there's my first bit with the front door. And the first clue was a monogram, which is there. The second clue was lace, which I've added there. Then there's my side panel. And the third clue, which came out Wednesday, was favourite fabrics. So I've put a lot of different blues in the background for my favourite fabrics, behind me fish. So that's that one. That's got another clue to go on it. And then that's the other side panel, which is waiting for more clues. So, but the clues only come out every 2 weeks. So at the moment I've nearly done all my panels for it. And then I've just got to then stiffen them, so that they stay upright, to make them into a box. Yep, brainstorming. That's what we all need, a bit of brainstorming. Yeah, it's handy to have friends that you can brainstorm with. I know quite often Melissa and Colin and I message backwards and forwards and get brainstorming ideas. You have too many ideas, Melissa. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just have perfect ones. Perfect ideas. So that's what I'm working on. So yeah, I miss Melissa's live as well. Deborah, you weren't the only one. I don't know how I missed it, because I just didn't get any notification of it at all. So you let loose. You write your ideas in a binder, Deborah. I used to write all my ideas down, and then I lost the book I was writing them in, which I thought was a bit... But then, I could put things down and lose them, and I still never found my Easter postcard. I don't know where that went. So, Melissa, you had every right to lose it. Believe you me. Thankfully, they're leaving me alone. So, keep your ideas quiet. My problem is I get all these ideas and I just start things. Like now I've got 4 things on the go that I need to get done, because I've got too many things on the go, and I need to get working and getting them finished and stuff. So I'm going to work on. I think I might work on me once I finish this later on today. I'm going to get that finished, and then I'm going to work on my little house, because I think I like that idea. I'm going to get that worked on, and then at some point work on me. I've got till the end of August to get me inches and twinches done. As if I take part in it this time. I've done a postcard already, because I thought that was what it's supposed to be on, and then at some point it changed. Wait and watch while you're in hospital. Can't usually sleep in hospital. I don't think anybody sleeps in hospital properly, do they? Not really. They don't. People don't really sleep well in hospital. I don't. Yeah. Well, I've been on 50 minutes. Because I did start a few minutes early. So we'll wrap it up, and I'll put a link into Annie Claxton's Whatnot, her heart-shaped Whatnot. I'll put a link into that, and then you can see what I mean by the little needle threaders. And I'll put a link into these cutters because they were from Amazon, so I'll put a link into them as well. Yeah, I'll put a link on because I know I've seen. Well, I don't know whether you get a thing called Temu in the States, but Temu definitely have them. But I would imagine Amazon do as well. So I'll have a search on Amazon as well and put a link in for that because Amazon must do them. Self-threading, as in you thread it yourself. You don't have to apologise for being late, Melissa. That's fine. There's always team replay. And thank you so much for my moderators for doing a grand sterling job of putting all the links in. And I'll go and put my feet back up again now and get some more sewing done. Team replay, yeah, exactly. Spot at the top, you slip this in the spread. I'll send you the link. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I had one that you could use on your sewing machine, but I couldn't get that to work. But these metal ones are ideal for if you're hand sewing or trying to thread a needle. They're ideal because they're metal. They don't break. Like, I mean, these silly things, these ones, they're no good for using an ornament because as soon as it either splits at that end or it comes out completely. Yeah, so I'll put the link in. So thank you all very much, and once again thanks to all the moderators, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.